Okay, brilliant. Hi everyone and welcome along. My name's Beck and today I'll be doing a little bit of a intro, I guess, or a bit of a great PowerPoint for you on managing your mood. So hopefully this is something you're interested in. Obviously that's why you're on today. And I hope to make it a little bit clearer for you. It gives you some really great tips on how you can enrich your life using some essential oils and just really boost your wellness. So, my name is Beck Barlow and I have a Facebook page called Big Betty and the Barlows, and then also an essential oils page as well, which is a massive name, Amazing Essential Oils with Big Betty and the Barlows. So you can find me on Facebook. And if you haven't met me before, my husband and I travel around Australia full time. So we've been doing that for the last 19 months. We were from Esperance and left from WA, and we're now up in Darwin. So we've travelled all the way up the Western Australian coast and up to Darwin. And that's what we do on the road. So here's just a few photos of us, doing our thing as we do. And there's a photo of our lovely Big Betty. She's a double decker. So a little bit about me. I'm a wife to Carl, who's an amazing guy, mum of 4 beautiful kids, aged almost 12, 9, 7 and 3. I homeschool the kids. I also am a partner in my husband's trade business, and that's been going for 10 years, and I do all the bookwork and answer the phone and all those fun things, and, do all the BAS and the tax and that fun stuff for that. We've been traveling for quite a while now. We just decided that we wanted to see the country and show our kids this amazing nation that we've got. And so, been living in Betty, and I'm a gold leader with doTERRA. So that has kind of grown naturally. I was already sharing doTERRA when I hit the road, but not to the extent that I am now. So it's been quite amazing. My team has just blossomed and grown, and this is actually quite a really good income for us. So it gives us this freedom lifestyle that we're able to live on a daily basis, which is pretty awesome, I must say. I can't complain. So we can work from anywhere. So I'll check in on the chat every now and then, just to make sure you guys aren't saying anything like I can't hear you or whatever it is. We're all good for now. So why doTERRA? doTERRA, there are a lot of brands of essential oil out there, and I'm not going to speak on them. I'm just going to speak on what I know about doTERRA. They are an amazing company, and these are the best quality oils in the world. So all essential oils are great, but just being careful, I guess, with the applications I'm talking about. I'm specifically talking about doTERRA, and I can be confident with that because I know how pure and potent and wonderful they are. You might just want to be careful if you have other essential oils in your life. So first of all, doTERRA are pure. They contain natural aromatic compounds. There are no artificial ingredients, fragrances, or fillers. So that's really important. There is no real standard with essential oils. There's no one going out there and checking that people are doing what they say they are doing, and that what's in the bottle is what says it's in the bottle. So it's really important that you choose a brand that prides itself on its purity. doTERRA always get their oils tested by a third party, every single batch. So every batch has been tested, and if it wasn't tested, it wouldn't be passed. So that's really important. Purity means, no sprays or pesticides or herbicides or any of those things either. Something really wonderful about our oils is that they're all grown in their native environment. So that means that they are at their strongest because that's where they grow naturally. So that means they don't need the sprays and things like that. So 2/3 of our oils are actually grown in developing nations around the world, and I'll talk about what we do in those nations in a minute. So they're safe. They are tested to be free of harmful chemicals or toxic impurities. Every batch is third-party tested. If you want to know a bit more about our sourcing, you can go to www.sourcetoyou.com, just up on the screen there. So it's not just enough for an oil to be pure, it also needs to be potent. Oils are full of scientific, wonderful compounds that are wonderful for our health. So if those compounds aren't in the right levels, or there's too much of one, not enough of the other, or there might be a completely different compound in there, that can really affect the potency of the oils. So it's really important that the oils are tested for their potency, and doTERRA does that as well. So they're testing for the right compounds in the right amounts so that an oil doesn't just smell great, it's also got the right amounts to have effects on supporting your body, whatever that is for whichever oil it is. So I did talk about them being harvested in their native country. That's really important as well. It means that they are able to grow and thrive. They've got the right compounds. Different crops can have totally different compounds or levels of those compounds depending which country it is harvested in. So one example is cardamom. There was doTERRA could have chosen it from one country, which was really great for respiration, or they could have chosen it from another country. It was really great for tummy and digestion, but instead they chose it from a country where it had the compounds where it was great for both. So this is stuff where, yeah, you don't necessarily know where the oils are coming from, and these are all questions you might want to ask. And it's pretty amazing that doTERRA look into all of this before they bottle them up for us. And lastly, they're ethical, very ethical. The people who work with the oils, as I said, 2/3 from third world countries. So really, really important that we are treating people properly. They, doTERRA, go into these countries and they work with the farmers to get a better deal, to be more efficient with their equipment and their harvesting techniques and all sorts of things. And they respect the farmers because often these farmers have been using essential oils and making them for generations, and they really have a lot of wisdom. So doTERRA, respects that. But then they go and do things above and beyond what any company would be expected to do. They build schools, health clinics, providing like menstruation support for women in countries where they don't always have that. It's quite amazing what they do. So if you ever want to know more about it, just look up the Helping Hands program. So doTERRA's standard is called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Basically what that means is they've made their own standard. They're very fussy, and it means more than 100% pure essential oil. What they're saying is all of these things I've said above, that it's tested, it's pure, it's safe, it's potent, and it's, harvested ethically and actually very sustainably and always good for the environment. All those things is part of what Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade means. So just getting into the essential oils part of how to actually use these and how it's going to affect your mood. So can I ask you, does your day look something like this? I know often my day will. It can even start like that. As I've explained to you, I've got a fair bit on my plate, but I think everybody does nowadays. I think we've all got a lot of demands pulling on our time and our attention. So maybe, you might have a bit of a chuckle. It's a bit of a funny photo, but maybe that kind of resonates with you. Are you reactive to situations? Are you reacting to things as they happen to you? Are you not starting out on the right foot? You might say something like, got out of the wrong side of the bed. Are you feeling stressed? Are you reacting, or even, dare I use the word, overreacting over small things? Maybe big things too. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying that we're pulling things out of perspective here. Little things can be big things. But are you finding that you're reacting to things? Are you exhausted, both mentally and physically? So all of these things affect our health. Our thoughts actually have a physiological effect on our bodies. Think about it. When you think about food, you salivate. You're hungry. You think about food, and that's all it takes. Thoughts have a physiological effect on our bodies. So when we have these thoughts, they're not just thoughts. They actually can affect our health as well. And that's where we have disease, which is a case of not having ease, dis-ease. So that's all the bad news, or maybe where you're at or where you're feeling at the moment. what if you could choose to start your day like this? Maybe not quite that zen, but maybe. Good news is that you definitely can. You just need to take some proactive steps to actually set your day up on purpose right from the beginning. So that's a little bit about what I'm going to chat about, and I'm going to chat about the essential oils that can help you to do that. So first of all, you can't have anything if you don't have physical and emotional health. So it's so important, isn't it? We need to have this pyramid of wellness going on and see that most of it's not actually healthcare. Most of it is actually to do with looking after ourselves, most of it. Sorry. Oh, good. Sorry, I'm just checking. Oh, good. You can see my screen and hearing you. Good. That's good. Okay, great. So we need to make sure that most of what we're doing is out of the healthcare actual range, if you know what I'm saying, out of our practitioners and that sort of thing. The biggest thing we can do is to eat right. A lot of emotions actually come from the gut. So if you have an unhealthy gut, you are going to be struggling a lot more with emotions. They now know that gut bacteria are responsible for creating a lot of the feel-good hormones that affect our brain. So brain health actually starts in our gut. So I would encourage you to look into that and maybe look into healing your gut and getting a little bit healthier if you think that you might have issues that way. And probably most of us in the Western world do. Exercise, so looking after ourselves. Resting and managing stress. So that's what we're specifically really going to talk about today. Reducing your toxic load through the chemicals that you're in contact with every day, from cleaning to hair care to face. The great thing is doTERRA has products to help you with all of those 4 things. And then, of course, you've got informed self-care. So knowing about self-care, not necessarily just accepting what you're told, but maybe looking into it a little bit and seeing if there's other things that you can be doing. And of course, proactive medical care as well before it becomes a big problem. And that's our real foundation for our wellness. So mood, it's really important. Maintaining a healthy mood is really important for our mental health. First of all, it can bring about feelings of hope and encouragement and peace and happiness. And when you feel hope, encouraged, peace and happiness, it affects your actions, doesn't it? It affects what you're going to get done that day. All of a sudden, what looked really doldrum, you're ready to go and to tackle because you feel awesome. It can assist in supporting physical symptoms as well, because as I said, every thought has a physical reaction in your body. So actually, by getting our thoughts under control, we can actually have better physical health. They're both connected. Smell. So more than any other sense, your smell is the one that has the ability to bring up memories, to change your mood, or to ease tension. So smell is a massive sense that we've been given by God, and it changes our day. So let's use that sense of smell for our benefit. Our sense of smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than any of the other senses, and the recognition of smell is immediate. Think when you smell a certain smell and it takes you back to grandma's house or Christmas or whatever it is. Our sense of smell is actually our strongest memory. So what we're doing with these oils when we're smelling them and using them is we're feeling relaxed. The oils actually have compounds in them to make us feel more relaxed. But then what we're also doing is planting an anchor in our mind or a memory. So when we smell that smell, our brain remembers that we were relaxed, and so we become relaxed. So it's actually more than just the compounds that are in it, but the compounds do the initial relaxation, and they're great for our health. They're taken up through our nasal passage into our body. And then the brain goes, oh yeah, that smell means relax. And so we can condition ourselves to actually have a certain body response to a smell with repeated use of it, especially if we're purposefully relaxing while we do that smell. So whether you're doing some deep breathing or just concentrating, focusing on your breath for 5 minutes, all of those things actually help us. If you use a certain oil while you're in your prayer time, all of that helps you to then go back to that feeling immediately when you smell that smell, which is why it's called an anchor. So this is our mood management kit. So I'm covering 2 different sets of oils today. The mood management kit, which is our original for emotions oils, and the emotional aromatherapy kit, which is newer and has 6 oils in it, and they're the real top shelf oils. So they are more expensive than the mood management kit. Honestly, I use all 10 pretty much daily. So I love both. I don't think you can say one is necessarily better than the other. I think they're a little bit different, and just different days you will feel like different things. So mood management, I've just got this lovely graph here. So you might be feeling fatigued and no passion, or no passion and stressed, or stressed and no peace, or no peace and fatigued. So it goes around. So this is just a quick guide to help you. So if you've got no peace and fatigued, you might be feeling angry and impatient, and that could show up in your body as a stomachache or a headache. So that's where we look at Serenity, which is also, it's called Lavender Peace in Australia. Don't get confused. The Serenity is the USA name for that oil. And it's a beautiful blend. I'll talk more about each blend and what's in it in a moment. But it's calming, it's soothing. It alleviates anxiety or anxious feelings. It reduces that cortisol in your body. Cortisol is your emergency hormone, and it does all sorts of horrible things in our body. It's not that it's bad all the time. We're made to have it in little parts when we have a stress or when we have something threatening happening to us. We need it, and it's actually good for our health occasionally to have a little spike. But the problem is nowadays we've got constantly high cortisol. And if you want to make somebody overweight, you give them cortisones, and that will do it. It has to do with insulin in the body, and it doesn't matter how much you eat. It's really, really hard to lose weight if you're on those sorts of medications. So cortisol does the same thing. It basically saves away our food for a rainy day instead of putting it towards our energy. So we feel sluggish and tired but stressed, and it's really not good to have elevated cortisol levels. So to have essential oils that can support the body in these, it's not the oil that lowers the cortisol, it's the oil is helping you to relieve stress, and then your body will lower that cortisol. We're always just using the oils as a tool to help our bodies behave how they should. So I hope that makes sense. Then we've got Citrus Bliss. It's really invigorating and uplifting. It's great for energy. It's a wonderful, wonderful oil. So it's just quite amazing what that oil can do for people. And I've seen some amazing stories in my own group. If you're feeling unmotivated or discouraged, you might have chest tightness or brain fog. Citrus Bliss is fantastic for that. Then if you've got no passion and you're stressed, maybe you might want to go for Elevation, which is another great blend, and you might just feel hopeless or withdrawn. Your chest might feel tight again, or it might show up as a lower back pain. So it's very inspiring. It's an encouraging oil. It's wonderful. Uplifting again. It's citrusy, and it's cheerful. So look at the colours. Purple is very calming, so think sleep. Orange and yellow are both bright and uplifting, and then Balance, your green, again, is very calming. So Balance is a beautiful woody oil, and it's grounding and balancing, and it's consoling. So it can help you with angry feelings. It can help give a positive attitude. It can release emotional blocks. You might feel tense, worried. That might show up as digestive upset or neck pain. So all of these things can show up in different ways in our body. And Balance is one that I think is pretty much everyone's favourite. It's your go-to for any time that you feel out of balance. That's why it's called Balance. These oils are wonderful. So I'll just talk a little bit more, and I've put these in order of how I think you would probably use them during your day. So Citrus Bliss, to me it smells like it's citrus and vanilla. So it's just amazing. It smells like had someone say it smells like orange Tic Tacs. It does, but absolutely beautiful oil. So lots of different citruses in there, which are all uplifting and energizing and invigorating for us. So it'll help reduce your stress and uplift your mood. You can add it to carrier oil for a hand massage, and it's great with energizing and all of that. So you can see a little recipe there to make some dish soap with it. You can make your own dish detergents and start detoxing your home. And you can see all the ingredients there. I won't list them all, but you've got some really beautiful citrus oils that we can't buy as a single oil through doTERRA, so that they're in the blend instead. So they're all really wonderful, and it's such a sweet smelling oil. So you might like to, I'll talk about how to use these oils later, but diffuse it in the morning, and you can either smell it straight from the bottle, pop it into a diffuser, put it on a tissue, put a drop in your hands and just smell it, and a few deep breaths, and that will just invigorate your day, wake up your brain and get you going for the day. So next one, we've got Elevation. So that's the joyful blend. So if you're not feeling joyful, then this one's a good one to go for. It is a really amazing blend. It's even got Melissa in there, which is one of our most precious oils that you can get. So it's really great for confidence. You can rub it over your heart, your temples, your wrist. The great thing about this one is it's not so citrusy. It does smell citrusy, but you've got lavender in there, Hawaiian sandalwood, tangerine, so it's further down the list. And then you've got a lot of other oils like Melissa, ylang ylang, osmanthus, lemon myrtle, all of those. So this one is better to use topically. It's okay to use on the skin. With the Citrus Bliss, you can use it on the skin as long as you're not going to go out in the sun. It is so full of citrus. If you go in the sun, citrus makes your skin photosensitive. So you are more likely that you will go brown in the area you've put it on, or you could burn. So please don't wear citrus in the sun. Get a diffuser necklace. You can get necklaces where you can put oils in, or lava bracelets where you put it on your bracelet. But don't put it on your skin unless you're going to put it under your clothes. Whereas Elevation's just got the tangerine in there and it's a bit lower on the ingredients list. So yeah, go for it. You can rub it over your heart, on your temples, on your wrists. You're going to smell amazing. Get rid of your perfumes. These essential oils are beautiful. Use them instead. Instead of mucking with your hormones, which again mucks with your mood, these oils are actually going to assist with a healthy body instead of mucking with it like perfumes and artificial things can do. So you can see there's a little guide on each one of these as well. You can find these on doTERRA.com. So if you want to have these for your own use, just go and find them. But you can use that one aromatically and topically. So none of these are internal oils, just pointing that out. So, okay, you've gotten through your day with energy and invigoration and you've been uplifted by those oils, and now we're looking to balance. So personally, I love balance for feelings of just being overwhelmed. If I feel overwhelmed, balance is the first oil I'll go to. If I feel like I've had a bit of a bump in my day and it wasn't quite what I'd planned and it's kind of thrown me off of track, I'll use balance. It's safe for little babies. It's safe for kids. So I would, the great thing is it already has fractionated coconut oil in it, so it is already diluted, but for babies I'd dilute it further. That can even promote a great night's sleep in babies, and that's going to affect your mood because you're going to have a better day. So great for relaxation. So when you get home from work or whatever you've been doing, as you're trying to wind down, this is a good one to turn to, just to start to wind down for the night, because sleep doesn't start the minute we hit our beds. We need to start preparing our body earlier than that. That being said, this can also be used all day. It's airy, it's fresh, it's woody. It's a thick woody oil, so think of the grounding properties. Any thick oils tend to have great grounding properties for us, and the runny oils tend to be uplifting. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful blend, and it's got the chamomile in there as well, which we can't buy individually at the moment, but it's in this blend. So the next one is Serenity or Lavender Peace. So if you're trying to buy this one and you're not getting the whole kit, which is called the Mood Management Kit, you can get Lavender Peace on its own. Only Serenity if it's in the USA, exactly the same blend. This one has just had a facelift, so they've now added vetiver to it, and there was another oil as well. But anyway, they've just supercharged it. So this is a beautiful calming blend. It's great to relax, really great for sleep. So this is a good one to diffuse at night. I used to add the vetiver to it, but now I'm not going to need to because of the new updated blend. So at the moment, I think you can only get the updated one from the USA. The Australian one is still just Lavender Peace until they update it, which will probably be later. So if you want to, you can still add your Vetiver. I was lucky enough to get a bottle from the US. You can make bath salts with this, which you can see the recipe there. It's so simple. Christmas is sorted and it's going to not cost you very much, but they're just beautiful gifts to give other people as well. But this is just going to help you relax. So anytime you're feeling uptight, overwhelmed, just need to wind down, this is a really good relaxing oil. All right, so I'll just check before we go on. Oh, beautiful. So you're diffusing elevation in your house this morning. I've got Citrus Bliss on the go just at the moment. I've got my little diffuser right here and I'm having that while I'm talking to you all. Okay, so the Emotional Aromatherapy Kit. This kit is fairly new and I'm still getting to know it, but I must say I use these every single day. I love this kit. So the great thing with doTERRA is when you join with a wholesale account, you can then add to your collection every month. And we've got a program where you get paid back in points and you get paid back in a free product every month. So you can build up your collection, you get points back to spend on what you want, and also then get your awesome free product of the month as well, which this month is a 5ml On Guard, little brain. For anyone who's watching the recording, this is November 2016, so that way you know when I was talking about. But every month there's a free product, which is great for existing members. Anyway, the reason I love just being able to build it up slowly is we've got new products coming out. We've always got things we're using all the time. These I use every day, so I need to top them up fairly often. And also you're going to be replacing, face care and hair care and things like that, and detoxing your home and your cleaning regime and all of that stuff. So instead of having that on your grocery bill, you can put it on there. But anyway, back to the point. These oils are amazing. They are an updated version of the 4. They are actually completely different. They don't contain the same oils, but they're based on groups of oils. And so each one combines 2 groups of oils. And that means that they kind of go in a certain order because they all seem to share properties. But I'll start with Forgive and we'll work our way around. So the blends here are Forgive, Console, Peace, Motivate, Cheer and Passion. And they're blended of, so Motivate is mint and citrus, Cheer is citrus and spices, Passion is spices and herbs or grasses, Forgive is herbs, grasses and trees, Console is trees and florals, and Peace is floral and mint. So that's how it goes around that wheel. And you can see all the emotions that we are covering with those oils and how you can combine these 3 with these 3 or these 3 with these 3, whichever one you're feeling more on the day. So first of all, Forgive. It promotes feelings of contentment, relief and patience and counteracts those negative emotions. So it's a really great one to smell first when you've had a really big run-in with something. I'm sure you will know, a bit of a crisis and you're feeling like you've just had a meltdown. Forgive is really wonderful. All of these oils can be used individually as well, and their names make it pretty obvious what you use them for. But first of all, we need to forgive ourselves as well. And often that's a big part of forgiveness is forgiving ourselves. So this is a great oil for that, to move on and to be able to then deal with the problem next. Then Console. This is, I like to call it a big hug in a bottle. It is just lovely and I love it. So it promotes feelings of comfort and hope. It also works really, really well for night terrors if you're somebody who ever gets them. I do, especially with food. I know now that I've cleaned up my diet completely. I'm really a whole foods person. But if I have any MSG or a 621 flavour enhancer, then I will actually have also sulfites. So that means wine is out for me and quite a few other things that they give me nightmares. And I'm talking sweating, heart pumping. I can see things. I actually hallucinate a little bit, sort of nightmares. They are absolutely awful. So if I have the brain power to get up in the middle of the night, if I get up and grab some Console, I'll put it on my wrists and put it behind my ears, and it's just fantastic for settling me, and before I know it, I'm back asleep. It's like just a big hug in a bottle. Absolutely adore it. So times of loss, it can evoke feelings of hope. So it's a really good oil if you're going through a tough time, but I use it fairly often. Use 1 or 2 drops in your diffuser. The great thing from the USA is you can also get these oils now pre-diluted in touch roller balls. So they're great quality roller balls. I have them in my bag all the time, and then I call it my oil bar. I just lift the lid of the box and I've got the 6 in there, and I pick whichever one I want during the day. That's being proactive with your oils so that you're not acting reactively. You're actually dealing with problems before they come up. So the next oil then is peace. So after we've forgiven and we've been consoled, then we need peace. So I love this oil for prayer. I'm a Christian, so I talk about prayer a fair bit. But, you know, I just find that this helps me to have a really great prayer time with the Lord. It counteracts anxious and fearful emotions. Also great for sleep. So this could be used in place of or in conjunction with that lavender peace or serenity. Also really good if you're worried, or if you're about to take a test or presenting before a large group or something like that. I just presented for the first time to 100 wellness advocates who are all builders, and it was very, very outside my comfort zone. And let me tell you, I was bathed in peace and motivate, which is the next one we're going to talk about. So motivate is a mix of citrus and mint, and it smells, some people say, like after dinner mints. I absolutely love it. I actually dressed in it aromatically this morning, but I'm not planning on going out in the sun. I'm going to be careful today. But yeah, I'll talk about aromatic dressing soon, if you're wondering if I'm talking about salad dressing or something. So this one is great for confidence. It's really uplifting because it's got the citrus in there, really counteractive against all of those negative emotions. It's a beautiful oil. So yeah, that would honestly be, of all the oils in the doTERRA range, one of my favourites. And the next is chia. So this smells a little bit like Elevate, I suppose, but it's spicier. So this is a mix of citrus and spices, and it's really optimistic. It's yellow, so cheerful, uplifting. You know, you've done all the other work, you've dealt with the problem, you've gotten through the sadness, you've gotten motivated, now you're ready just to go for it. So this is a great uplifting one, and it's so positive. So yeah, again, a really wonderful oil. You can even diffuse it at home or work or school and create a positive environment. Because of course, one thing I was going to mention earlier, when we're down or when we're angry or when we've got those negative emotions, it's fine. We need to accept and work through them and move on. We shouldn't go, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this, because all that brings on is guilt, which is another negative emotion. We need to work through them and think about why we're feeling what we're feeling, because it doesn't just affect us. It affects our kids, it affects our family, it affects the people we work with, it affects everybody around us. So it's so important to, you know, not act as, I guess, as a victim throughout your day and go, oh, this is happening to me, but actually see what you can control and how you can flip things and how you can start your day right and how you can start in a positive manner and go throughout your day. And that's going to have effects on the people around you as well. And that is truly life-changing. So just taking a proactive role, you know, maybe motivate or cheer is one you want to start with in the morning. Put a couple drops in your hand, really nice deep smell, and that's going to uplift you. And on purpose, think some positive things. Don't just think whatever you think. Actually control your thoughts and think of your blessings on purpose, which is, you know, it's a habit that we all need to get into, gratefulness. So passion. Passion is an amazing oil. It's spicy and smells a very, it's quite strong in cinnamon, so but a lot more depth to it than just cinnamon. So it's a good one to get energized and enthusiastic. We've done all the other oils. This is the one that goes last on the wheel, because now you're ready to do your work passionately. So if you're not feeling inspired, if you're feeling a bit meh, I don't know, I've just got to get through this, you know, apathetic, this oil is really great. It can ignite excitement and passion and joy, spark creativity, create clarity, wonder, all of those things. And I love it as a pure fume, which is, you know, the alternative to perfume. People always tell me I smell great. I think I've probably always got about 10 different things on though. I use the oils all day long. So yeah, passion is just wonderful for all sorts of things. It's also really great for libido. So just putting that one out there. So how can you use these oils? Aromatically and topically. So I'm specifically covering the petal diffuser because that comes in some of the kits. So it diffuses the oils as a fine vapor so that they're taken up into the body through the nasal system. They send a message straight to the brain, and that actually affects the balance in our body and the chemicals that our brain sends out. So it's absorbed really gently through aromatic use. So that's great. You can have your diffuser going all day long. It can prompt the nervous system to transmit signals to the limbic system in the brain. Now, the limbic system in your brain is in charge of emotion and memory. So that's where I was talking before about anchoring. But this is all very, scientific, and I don't want to go into too much detail with you, but the limbic system is connected to our smell. So that's quite amazing that the smells we smell actually send messages to our brain. So the brain might respond with a release of hormones, maybe you'll feel a reduction in pain or a positive boost in your mood. That's how powerful these oils are. And then for topical use, I'd recommend you get a fractionated coconut oil. It's liquid all year round, so you can make your own roller balls where you've made a little blend and you can roll that on you. You can have it appropriately diluted for children. Great, no matter the temperature. It's a great oil to use, and it's neutral, so it doesn't have a smell, and it's not going to do anything to the compounds that are already in the oils. So that's a really great oil to use. So aromatic dressing, I talked about this earlier. This is from Vanessa Jean. Lots of people do aromatic dressing. So you can get yourself a beautiful aromatic dressing bowl. There are lots of places online that sell these. Whatever your favourite bowl is, make it wood or ceramic, glass. Don't use plastic, because plastic, the oils break plastic down and leach petrochemicals out of it. Then you just choose whichever oils jump out at you for the day. And it might be some from the emotional range that we had there, or it might be something different. Just keeping in mind that citrus will make your skin more sensitive to the sun. And for adults, we'd put in about 10 mils of fractionated coconut oil, about a couple of teaspoons worth. And for adults, about 5 drops of oil at the most of essential oil. For kids, 2 drops. And for babies, 1 drop to 10 mils of oil. And then you rub that all over. And you don't just rub it on. You rub it while you're thinking positive things. Thank you, God, for my amazing legs that walk me where I need to go. I love my legs. Thank you for my belly that's carried my 4 babies. I'm so grateful for my children. Thank you for my arms that allow me to cuddle and hug and do things and get stuff done. As you go over each part of your body, I don't know if you're in the habit of thinking bad things about your body, but this is time to reprogram your mind and think good things about it, because it's such a blessing that you've been given. So this is a great way to start your day. And if you're wondering if you might be sensitive to an oil, maybe just spot test it first. Some people are sensitive to passion because of the cinnamon. If it is, appropriately diluted, it should be okay. Just if you are sensitive skin, just test it first. So here's the mood management kit. So basically breaking it down for you, if you haven't already got a wholesale account, you can get one really, really easily. And you get, if you'd like, this isn't an enrollment kit, but you can still use it to enroll with. So the kit itself is $124 wholesale. So if you already have a wholesale account, you can go order it, and it's 101.5 points. So that's great for you guys to know for LRP and earning back and all of that stuff. If you want to add on, and this is your first time ordering with doTERRA, then you add on your wholesale account, and that's $35 for a whole year of wholesale prices, which is 25% off. So it'd end up costing you $171.95, including the membership fee. So if you would like to start with these 4 oils, absolutely you can. And there's a special deal in November. If you start with 100 points in your order, which this one is 101, you get 50 free points to spend on whatever you like. So I'll talk about that a little bit more soon. But you would then have that wonderful kit to start you off in your life. So $171.95, including post right to your door, plus 25% off for a year. The next one is the emotional aromatherapy. So I did say these are the top shelf oils. The mood management are 15 ml bottles. The emotional aromatherapy are only 5 ml, so they're smaller, but there's 6 of them. But they are absolutely precious. The oils that are in there are top shelf. So if you want to get this one, it is an enrollment kit, so you don't have to pay the $35. That's already included. So it's $310, and that starts you off with the 6 emotional aromatherapy oils and your petal diffuser to get you started. So with the previous kit, maybe you might want to think about adding a petal diffuser and a fractionated coconut oil so that you're good to go right from the beginning. With this one, maybe you want to think about adding a fractionated coconut oil as well. It's $148.50, so straight away you get those points, I should say. So straight away you get those free 50 points to spend on what you like later. So that's all inclusive, $310 plus postage though, so it'll be a little bit for postage. So here's a great infographic I made up. So it says October, but they've continued it on to November. So whenever you start with your own wholesale kit, 100 points, or you can choose your own worth 100 points, as long as this is your first enrolling order and you're not new to doTERRA, then you can choose whatever you like later on from 50 points that you're given. So like patchouli is 33 points, or our beautiful women's blend Whisper, which is also great for emotions, is 27 points. So you can see points are actually worth more than dollars. So you've got 50 to 70, or even possibly probably 60 to $80 worth of presents that you can pick for yourself. That's what I like about it. You're not like, oh, here, we'll give you this bottle of free oil. It's 50 points to spend on whatever you like. So it's like a gift voucher. So yeah, both of the things I showed you there were 100 points. So you would be in the running to get the 50 points. So I hope that's helped you. So just remember, start your day on purpose. Get up, smell some oils, lift your mood, put on your diffuser, do your aromatic dressing, have your gratefulness, then start your day. All of that can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. But using that 10 minutes, you're going to find you have more time during the day because you're not reacting to things. You're acting proactively instead of reactively. So hopefully these oils can really, change your life. I know they can. But hopefully you, jump in and start using them. And if you've already got them, I hope this has helped you to use them more. Thank you for listening. Please keep in touch with me. Leave your email address or phone number in the comments if you would like me to be in touch with you. Or you can order at www.mydoterra.com/Rebecca Barlow. I've got my mobile there and my email. So if you would like to take a screenshot of this, you can. You can also just comment in the events page if you need me, and I'll be in contact. But you can see my pages there, Big Betty and the Barlows, or Amazing Essential Oils with Big Betty and the Barlows. If you've already been introduced to doTERRA and you've already received samples, or you're already working with somebody, please, I'd love for you to go back to them. We don't like to step on each other's toes, and we like to always send people back to whoever they're in touch with. So feel free to follow me though, and comment. I love comments. It doesn't matter if you're not in my team. I always love just the doTERRA love, and we all are one big family anyway. If you want to know more about sharing doTERRA and you're already in my team, let me know and I can help you get started with sharing. And besides that, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for your time. And I really hope that you find some more use with the oils, and really hope that, you start using them more proactively and get into the habit of using them. If I can help out at all, just let me know. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Go smell some oils and go get them, Tigers. See you later.